Hello, guys. Good morning, good evening, wherever you are. This is Marhel Reacts once again, doing a recap on Big Brother Australia's episode 3. And sadly, I got, I hate it. I hate this episode. The first 20 minutes of this episode, I was kind of happy, but after that, bad news on my part, of course. So we'll just get to that later. But before that, guys, if you're new to this channel is all about Big Brother Australia reaction, recap, and thoughts. And also, it's a K-pop reaction. Also, so if you want my channel, if you want more contents about that, please like and subscribe. And yeah, please look forward to more content such as the Big Brother Australia. We just started with the premiere week. Yay! But yeah, please do like and subscribe and click the notification below to let you notified on my next upload. And guys, don't forget to support me on my channel. If you want to support me, if you're generous enough to donate some or support my algorithm, my math, please do that on my PayPal. That me, it's not .com, but it's PayPal.me/Marhel Polito. Yay, thank you guys in advance if you're able to give something to me. Okay, guys, let's go move forward to the episode 3. I'm kind of excited. Okay, but before we go there, let's talk about the episode 2 eviction votes. You know what happened on the previous episode. We didn't really get to see the whole eviction votes, who voted for this person and who voted for that person. So I have the list here as I promised in my previous episode. What I said is let's get to know who voted for this person. So Dane got 2 votes. Omarosa and Thomas voted for Dane to evict. We have Bernard with 3 votes. It came from Matt, Dane, and Josh. And then from Omarosa, she was given 5 votes to evict by Ellie, Bernard, Imogen, Jessica, and Luke. Okay, let's talk about this first. Okay, like we have seen in the episode, there were 3 girls who voted her to evict Omarosa. So it seems like the 3 girls don't like Omarosa in the first place. Um, Luke had a plan to blindside everybody to vote to evict Jane, because, like he's a blindsider. And like, that didn't happen because Bernard chose to evict Omarosa, and then Luke did as well to vote to evict Omarosa. While the boys, Matt, Jane, Josh, and Thomas, voted against the other. Yeah, they did not vote to evict Omarosa. It's only Bernard and Luke from the boys who voted Omarosa. If Luke and Bernard voted for Jane to evict, it would only be 4 votes. Yeah. Oh my God. So if Bernard and Luke really blindsided everyone and voted to evict Jane, Omarosa would only get 3 votes on Bernard as well, with Dane possibly having the 4 votes to evict. Dane could have went home from the first episode. Mm-hmm. That's sick. That could have been a turn of events because what we have seen in the eviction room, Luke and Bernard were having some eye contacts like, are we really going to proceed to blindside this and that? Because it's, yeah, because Thomas was really the one who really, who voted for Dane to evict and also Omarosa as well. Because Luke had a conversation with Bernard and Thomas that they will vote evict Dane. It could happen. It could happen. But what we have seen in this episode that Bernard was kind of like playing safe because he felt like it would really rub the wrong way, especially to the girls, especially to Caitlyn. They will be really blindsided. So I mean, it's a good thing for him, but it's not a good thing for us viewers, especially me, who rooted for Omarosa since August. You know, the day of the announcement, I've been rooting for Omarosa. Oh my god, let's get to that later. So let's move forward to the episode 3. I hope that the eviction votes are already clear to you guys. So that's what happened. So let's go to the episode 3 recap. Okay. So first things first, Omarosa, like what we have seen on the previous episode, that she went inside to the elevator and there he meets Danny the goat, as he claims himself that he is the greatest of all time, the greatest player of all time. Are you agreeing with that? Yes or no? I mean, I don't know. There are a lot of Big Brother players in Canada and US who are better than him. So I cannot say that he's the greatest player of all time. So yeah, Omarosa went inside the control room where Danny stayed there. I think Danny would stay there for that day and kind of like seeing stuffs, I guess, or I don't know. So they were able to meet there, and Danny asked him about her bags, if that's true or not, or if it's real or not. But Omarosa was like, "Those are real. Oh my god, we have Louis Vuitton in Florida. What do you like? Huh?" It was kind of funny because Danny really don't know Omarosa until he asked the question if Omarosa was part in the White House. Then Omarosa was like, "I worked there for 17 years." So I think Daniel was not really exposed to the politics side in America, so good thing. He doesn't really need to know, of course. So Big Brother instructed Omarosa that she will be there in the control room helping Daniel on, telling him the inside scoops in the house that would help him going inside the house. What are the entails and who to trust, who do not to trust, and who are these people who she thinks that Daniel Daniel should watch out for. So from that kind of sentence, I was like, so Omarosa will be in the control room for 2 hours. They will be having conversations about the housemates, and then what? What will happen to Omarosa? I mean, I'm kind of like, now, if you have watched Big Brother US Celebrity Edition, regardless of her political work or career or whatever it is, I don't know her in her works prior to the Big Brother world, because in her edition on Big Brother season 1 on Celebrity Edition in United States, she was killing it, and she backstabbed people, she lied to people, she knows how to play the game, and that's why I'm really rooting for her here, because that sucks. I want her to go forward in the game and create chaos, create backstabbing, manipulation, because this is Big Brother. The new rules is here, all about lying and stuffs, and she could deliver all of those things into us. Okay, so in the control room, Omarosa was telling him things like, "Look had a great social game. Look could be your the friend that you could look forward to, like make an alliance." Yeah, blah blah blah. We don't really know what happened in those 2 hours, so that's where the only things that we have heard from Omarosa. And then Big Brother told her that she could left the Big Brother hotel, unfortunately, and she just like dressed up into her clothing and she left. But we haven't really seen how did she left that Big Brother hotel. Like there was no interview of like, "I'm kind of sad that I'm going home, blah blah blah." She didn't even went to the outside the house yet. Like there's no edit on how did she went outside those big eye doors. There was no like that. So maybe she's still in the house, or maybe my theory is maybe she's in the penthouse on the high room elevator, like where the high floor, high half room people were gonna go to. But I think she was going to go there. maybe, or maybe there are intruders that will come into the house and she will be one of those. Let's pray for that, because I was like telling you guys on my pre-show spoilers that I think Omarosa is on the way to be like this and that, and because Omarosa will create chaos literally. So I hope that she'll come back on the upcoming episodes. Let's pray for that. Let's manifest for that. But if not, she made the two episodes very, very amazing. Of course, and there were a lot of comments in the Twitter that I've seen recently about, she's the only black person in the house and she's the first one to leave the house. I mean, that's kind of like normal in the Big Brother world, but let's have to break those, you know, I'm not talking about again the race, culture, or stuffs, but it's just unfortunate that there's the people of color wasn't really represented here in this season. Um, I don't know. It's the only Omarosa is the only one there, the black person, and she is from America, not Australia. Well, it happened already, so let's not bring back the past. But that hopefully in the next season coming, people of color or 50% of people of color will be there representing their colors. That would be amazing. Okay, let's move on to the day 5, where there were talks about Imogen, about her ex husband. It was really touching, that his husband cannot really provide him the the, the thing that she wants, and that is to have a children, to be a mother. I mean, when you're going to be, you're going older, that's what you want already. Seeing your friends having kids and you you having a relationship, had no children yet, that would, as her, in her perspective, it was kind of like sad, seeing her having that desire to have babies and such. So it was kind of like sad to hear her story, but at least we're inspired that she left his boyfriend and she wants to mingle again, to the person she deserves to be with. Okay, let's pray for that for her. And then Bernie, yeah, here is the segment where looks. You were talking about the eviction prior, and then Luke felt that Bernie ruined their blindside plan. It could have been Dane who went home from that eviction, but Bernard did not really pursue the plan, and they were because in the garden they were like shaking on it, like, because Bernard was on the chopping block also. Like, if he needs guaranteed safety, he should be like, let's go for it. And Luke was really giving him the idea that, okay, let's bring out Dane, but Bernard did not pursue that. And what's kind of like crazy is, like, in this later of this episode, Luke had also another plan on blindsiding, and the first person he talks to is Bernard. You cannot, from the get go, you cannot trust this person's decision, because he had his own decision and he is playing safe. Don't go to this person. If I am that person, if I was Luke, I will not go to Bernard and do like, you will waste your time. But I think he did his way. Okay, moving forward, the house guests were already starving with the limited supplies of food. Within the 5 days staying in the house, there were limited like spinach, tuna. They did not really receive the VIP treatment that they were really expecting for. And because on the day 2, their complimentary breakfasts were being trashed, that was disgusting and wasted. Big brother, you wasted all the foods. That's very bad. Okay, but this house or food task, it's very entertaining as I watch it. It's a media walls. There are tarpaulins of Big Brother logos that is posted on different areas of the house. It's in the garden, in the pool, in the hallway, in the lobby. Yeah, yeah, there. It's there. So they have to be there, an alarm will sound, and on the LED screen, place of a certain tarpaulin or a media wall will be posted or will be flashed on the screen, and they have only limited time to go to that place and post a picture, post like what VIPs do, like this, or like a serious face, or doing that, or like so they have to go there before the alarm goes off. They have only limited time to go to that place, and they will earn $20 each round or each time that the buzzers is still on. So they have to post, and if they want to have a great amount of money, they have to uh, to to be successful in different rounds. So they have to race to the media walls and before the alarm sounds off. So they have $20 each for their budget for each round, and they have to do this for 24 hours. So they will still be starving on day 5, and whatever happens on the accumulated total of budget, they will be happy on spending that on the next day. So yeah, we have here hallway, garden, and such. And from the task, we have seen Jessica missed a lot of alarms or rounds, especially that she wanted to take a shower. She went to the laundry. She missed that, and also even Thomas. But what we have heard, there were 38 rounds, and we haven't really seen those other rounds that were missed by some of the housemates. But I think all of them were really playing so hard to accomplish each round by going and fasting or like running to the walls. And those were entertaining to watch. I like those. I like that. So up within the house tasks, they have kind of like break time, of course, but because not every time is having an alarm. So Caitlin talked about Omarosa being manipulative. She had this conversation and being able to take a deep breath, knowing that Omarosa isn't around anymore, because in her perspective, she knows what kind of Omarosa is. So she was like, "Thank God, Omarosa is here." But we want chaos, Caitlin. You took out the chaos that we've been living for, but whatever it is. But from what we have seen in the past 3 episodes, I kind of like Caitlyn here. She's kind of caring, but at the same time, she's a good strategist. You never see it coming. You never like see it you know, but people listen to her, and she had a voice. People will respect her, and surprisingly, no one really wanted her out from the past 3 episodes, except for Omarosa. But those people around her doesn't want her to leave or doesn't consider her to be in a nomination block. But she's a great leader, and she had a power to gather all the people, and I mean, she's not a manipulative person. She loves everybody, and everybody loves her. It's her natural, you know, it's in her nature, I think. So yes, she's a great strategist, and Big Brother asked her in the diary room on who to go who to gun next. So for her, she felt like Thomas is gonna be the one who needs to go next, because she felt that Thomas is being unsociable, or like he talks only a little. He feels disconnected, and he is kind of like an outsider among the bunch. So, and Thomas had really had maybe a good connection with Bernard, but with the others, they felt like they had a weak conversation or communication or connection with Thomas. I mean, it's not only Caitlyn who sees that, but in a strategic point of view, Thomas is not a comp threat or physical threat, and he's not likely to win challenges. So you have to really balance it out if it's worth it to take out Thomas or those people who are a threat early in the game. So that's how difficult Big Brother is, because you have to think about, this person is not really talking to me, so he must have to be out. But at the same time, he's not a threat. Those people you are friends with or who you are aligned with are maybe those people who will take you out later in the game because they are like stronger, and like you are not stronger than you're not stronger than me. I will take you out. So good luck to you, Caitlyn. Okay, let's move forward. And Omaro, Caitlyn felt like Ellie and him or her are very close from the get-go. And also Ellie had also shared about her charity. It's all called the Wildfire Rose. So that's it. So moving forward, Daniel had some great observations in the control room. He had been looking forward to work with Luke and Josh because Luke, he knows that Luke is an Australian survivor player, and he is a great player in the survivor area. And Josh is kind of like affiliated with Luke. They have this conversation as well, and they have aligned in the red room. So Daniel have seen it all because he's in the control room. So he really wanted to align himself with Luke and Josh uh, immediately when he went out to meet them. So that's what he's planning to do. So moving forward, Caitlyn talking about his relationship with the Kardashians. Yeah, and that's great. And also Ellie not being married yet because like what she shared that both of him and her boyfriend lost their dads, and maybe it's hard for them to accept that no one would uh no one would uh walk on walk on her on the aisle. But Caitlyn, as a gentle woman as she is, she volunteered to go down the aisle if in case um Ellie needs one. So she was touched. Ellie and Caitlyn. That's why Caitlyn is very good with everybody. I mean, it's not really strategic. It's in her nature, and she is just so good, and everybody loves her in the house. So that I would expect that. I was like in the pre-show spoilers, like what I've said that Caitlyn could have been the first one to go out, or like she could have been out 4 days early, like. But right now she's pulling the cards, like she's really doing great in the house, and I don't know if she'll. I think she will go far from what I expect. Let's see. Let's see next week. Huh? Okay, and then Jessica cheated on her husband. One line. Okay, let's move forward to I take notes, guys, for I cannot forget those things. With the media wall task or the media wall task or the food task, Dane was not really getting happy about the challenge. She felt like it's tiring and such, but they have to do that for them to have a budget for them to eat. So going into the evening where they have to do the 24-hour food task and they were going to sleep, Jessica chooses, like what she said in the diary room, chooses beauty sleep over food. So whatever happens, if the alarms is on, she will not wake up, she will not stand up, and she will just sleep because sleep over is the priority over the food. And there were alarms at 11 a.m., 2 a.m., 4 a.m. Within those times that they slept, Bernard and Luke were staying on the living room to check out the LED. They have those housemates have done that on the past seasons. Iconic, right? Nostalgic. I've seen that all. Where they have to sleep. Some of them will sleep on the living room, and if their name is on the screen, they will call the people on the living room in the bedroom and call them up and push the button. I've seen that on the last season as well on the Angela season. Okay, so that was it. Jessica did not really had the chance to, or she didn't really even bother to go up. And while the others were really like running for their dear life. I mean, it's only 4 rounds that we have seen that Jessica did not really run for her dear life when she was sleeping. But maybe there were occasions that she really stand up and go for it, but it's too late because she's walking slowly. So day 6 arrives when they wake up. Um, Jessica was like, that evening was so blah blah blah, and some of the housemates were really offended by it because Jessica did not really participated on the house task, and Imogen was really mad about it. Like, like even Matt, even Dane, even the others are really bothered about um Jessica did not even participate, and that would really cost her on the next nomination. Because if you're not really treating people the right way, if you rub people the wrong way, good luck. That's you, if in Tagalog you have to be makisama, or there's supposed to be unison. You have to be unified with the house for them not to see something bad to you. And if you have that behavior that you're not participative, that could create, that's a bad news to you, Jessica. Hopefully that you will adjust moving forward, because that's an alarm, you know. So let's see how Jessica will adjust moving forward. Okay. Daniel had also an iconic jump. He did his iconic jumping rope exercise. Like he does that on his past season. He does that very well. He did exercising and blah blah blah. So it's good to see him doing his fitness again. I did not. I did not. I wasn't happy actually. So going back to the house tax after 24 hours, Big Brother told them that they were 38 rounds and possibly they could have earned $760 in total. But with only 17 rounds that were successful, they were able to gather $340, which isn't bad. That's a total of 15,000 pesos here in the Philippines. So that's big, with only 10, 11 people in the house. That's big. And like what Bernard or Luke said, that with this budget, $340, maybe each one of us will request something that we want, and the rest of the budget will be, in unison, unity, groceries, like whatever it is. So at least they have talk about, what do you want. So you have lollies and whatever, the coffee, because they haven't drinking coffee in a long time, like tea. So that's what really happened, especially after how many days leaving the house. You will not really experience the VIP treatment because Big Brother is hell. I mean, not really hell, but worse. You know, you will not really live the perfect life in that house. Okay, going now to the nomination challenge. There's still two teams by due to two captains. We have the team Caitlin with Josh, Thomas, Matt, and Imogen, and versus Ellie with Bernard, Jessica, and Dane and Luke. So we are now 5 versus 5. It's even because Omarosa isn't there anymore. So before they went to the nomination challenge, people in the house were really strategizing, like especially like if your team wins, who will you put up? If this team wins, who would you put up? So everybody in the house were in unison about putting up Thomas in case that Ellie will win their team or the nomination challenge. In case if Ellie wins, she will put up Thomas. If Caitlyn wins, Luke um had an idea to put up Jessica on the chopping block because of what had happened earlier that day. So Thomas also had its feels that it would be him, that people will turn against him and he will be on the chopping block. He just felt it. He just felt it. Okay, I'll just say it. It's just kind of like we are in just on the premiere night, and the people that you will nominate is just so limited. Unlike from the past seasons, like there were 16 housemates, there were 18 housemates, there were 20 housemates in the house, and we barely got to know everybody in the house, and there were a lot of choices to choose from on who's to nominate, and you don't want to leave a bad impression in the first nomination, being evicting people or nominating people. You just have to pick random, but here you have to really really like gain the details on who to put up because you're only limited, and in like you're only 10 housemates, it's gonna be like end game in the next few days. And yeah, all the players here in this season are playing so well. I love it. I mean, not all of them, but they were really playing so hard. So that's what I felt so far. And yeah, I'm happy. Okay, going to the nomination challenge, the team challenge. It's a teamwork, endurance, and strength. There were 40 boxes that were laid on the ground, and they have to connect those 40 boxes with a connecting lines from point A to point B. There's a platform that you have to touch from this point to this point, and they have to hold those boxes, each of them from their both ends, with 8 boxes each, using their hands. So the first team to successfully attach all 40 boxes within those point A's and point B will win the nomination challenge and will have the entire team immunity, and the opponent team that loses will have faced the nomination because three of them will be on the nomination block. So, without further explanation, it was really a hard thing to do because you have to really balance it out, and especially like for me, I think I wouldn't last if I will be the first one to be in there. I will be in the second to the last or the last one because my hands will be very, very tired because I have fats, my hands are not skilled with longer, holding on for dear life for longer span of time. That would not be my game. So I would be better if I would be in the second to the last or the last one. Because if I will be the last, I will be the one who will construct those 8 boxes left, and I will be the one to reach the platform onto the point B, and I have longer hands, so that would be okay. That would be quick. Excuse me. So we have seen the housemates really struggling, especially like who to be the first one. But in the Ellis team, we have seen Bernard really um impressed us in this game, especially on his teammates. They were really impressed about him not falling his boxes on his left part, on his left hand. So they were really starting to do the other side. Things boxes were really falling off on his right part, but on his left part, it came off once because of the you know of the level of the boxes that were leaned on, but because he just suggested to put it upwards, it really is not painful for him, and it made a great strategy. So going to the final part of where they have almost win. The both teams are neck and neck because we have seen Bernard on Ellie's team. We have seen Bernard look, Jessica Ellie doing having their own boxes being leaned perfectly. And then on Caitlin's team, we have just Caitlin, Matt, and Imogen having theirs perfectly or leaned properly. So you have only um who was this? Who was this? Uh, Dane and Thomas on both teams that were on the last round on who to be the first one to complete the task. So fortunately, it was Ellie's team who wins the competition. Yay! It's 1-1. But there will be no team challenges next time. So okay, it was Ellie's team to win this time, and they are safe from nomination. So we have Ellie, Bernard, Jessica, Jane, and Luke. So we have Caitlin, Josh, Thomas, Matt, and Imogen who is up for the nomination. So yeah, that's it. But I love the challenge as well. I was entertained by that. I think I'd seen that from the previous seasons of Australia, Canada, and Big Brother. It was kind of like similarity, but it was never a team challenge. It was more an individual challenge where they have to lean on the wall and they have to stack things up. It was happened on season 2020 last year, Angela season. But this time it was a team challenge which is very good and fresh to my eyes. Okay. Okay, moving forward, going inside the house again. We have Daniel sleeping. He was waiting for his comeback. As the players went inside the house, there was an emergency button. In case of emergency button, so Big Brother told him that if someone will push the button there, he will appear with the housemate. So someone must have to push the button, but as the players arrived from the nomination challenge, they never noticed the button near on the on the pool area. So Daniel was like, "It's there! It was there! Why nobody noticed it? Like, who would notice that in the first place? You know what I mean?" So going back to the house, Ellie went to the diary room and casted her nominations to Thomas, Matt, and Josh because there were only three choices out of the five on the opponent team, and she could not vote to nominate Imogen because they're kind of like friends, girl power, and Caitlyn, who has a great relationship with her from the get go. So it's apparent that it's obvious that the three boys are being chosen for the nominations. I'm already curious as what to happen in the next nominations because it's kind of mixed up already. So it's no more teams. So what will happen to that? Okay, so that's what happens. I think everybody is expected that of that except for Josh, who had been like disappointed about it. But there's only limited options, Josh. There's needed to be three people to be up there, so it's kind of like obvious, you know. And here we are again. Luke is trying to make a blindside because everybody in the house wanted Thomas out because the blah blah blah. But because Luke is the blindsider of his survivor era, he wants to blindside Matt. Although that he had a great relationship with Matt, but he tried to blindside him. And before we before I did this record, I saw a Twitter because before watching the episode 3, it took me a lot of time to watch this episode because the sources that I have hasn't uploaded this episode. So after I watched this, I was doing my laundry there and doing kitchen works. After that, I watched some Twitter comments because I've been searching about why Omarosa left without warning or without the edit. I have seen some of those that was posted on Instagram that look um I commented on Matt's Instagram about like it was a game. It's blindside. I'm still wanted to meet you. Uh, I want to talk to you as a friend, but Matt take it as personal. Like I don't know what did he exact say, but for him it was really a big. It was like, oh my god. For him, I think Matt really took it a personal way because he didn't. They were kind of like friends in the house, but Tom Look did everything to blindside him without, blindside is not warning. There's no warning about that. But Matt take it as is personal, and I think he was really kind of like loyal to Look because boys alliance, but Look was the first one you know, to blindside that guy. So poor Matt. I think Matt is a good person. So sad that he left. Yeah, yeah, go. I already spoiled you guys, but yeah, that happened on our conversation on the Instagram world. So it's kind of like we need popcorns. We need popcorns. So Luke tried to blindside Matt, and here we go. He went to Bernard in his Bernard again. Like, okay, like, let's do this blindside of all time. So he did that to almost everybody in the house, to Thomas, to Caitlyn, to Imogen, to Jessica, and they were like, I was like, oh my god, Luke is really. a great player. Like no one noticed how, like if I was in the house, I would like, why this person want to blindside this person? I would tell the Matt that this is the plan. I want to create chaos, I want to be that person. Like there's a plan that some people wanted you out. And people would create chaos. Oh my god. I would be that person who will tell Matt that people are blindsiding you. Even Ellie on the eviction night was blindsided, like was shocked. I don't know what will happen to that next episode. I don't know if Ellie would be happy knowing about what happened because she wasn't really given a warning about that. So moving forward, Luke and Josh found the in case of emergency button, and without hesitation, Luke just pushed the button, and Big Brother told them that Daniel is the new housemate of the house, and they were able to welcome him on the elevator. Yay! And Luke was happy because he felt like he knows that Daniel was the greatest player of that season. So both of them are having similar traits, and they're gonna be like, hey, whatever. That's how Luke felt. So I don't blame him. So let's go move forward to the eviction room, and yeah. So Daniel can cast a vote. That's what Sonia said. Despite the short period of time being in the house, but he was able to see everything on the control room. I don't know if the house knows that he was in the control room, but I've heard that he was there in 2 days. Yeah, everybody, that's what he said to everybody, right? I think everybody knows that he was there. I don't know that everybody, maybe, I don't know if he told everyone that Amoroso went there. Maybe he said that but because of the edits we don't see those. So there was a lot of conversation happen as usual, as typical. Sonia is always asking each of the housemates, how do you feel about this, blah blah blah, what is the plan, why do you want to be here, why do you want to be there, why you don't want to go home 1st. So that's what happened. So let's go move forward to the votes. So from the episode we only have seen Caitlyn casting her vote to Thomas to evict, and look, yeah, only Caitlyn, only Caitlyn got the chance to be appeared on the TV that she casted her vote against Thomas because earlier in this episode she wants sh- gone against Thomas, and I think that's what Ellie and Dane wants to. So yeah, so in the eviction results we have known that Josh was have a 1 vote to evict, 3 votes to evict with Thomas, and Matt with 6 votes to evict. And we have seen the faces of Ellie and Dane, even Matt, who were blindsided about like what is happening here. Dane had a really good relationship with Matt, and he felt blindsided about that. Even Ellie has Ellie has no power to cast to evict because he's the team captain, and she was even shocked. What was the plan all along? Because all of them really thought that Thomas is the one who's leaving the house, but look, did everything to blindside, and even Daniel was really like, okay, go for it. So yeah, so let's go to the eviction results. I have here the eviction results. Okay, I don't know if you can see that properly. I'm gonna let you see it here. So Caitlin voted Thomas to evict. Dane voted to Thomas to evict. We have sorry for my handwriting. Daniel voted Matt to evict. We have Matt voted Thomas to evict. Josh, Jessica, Imogen, Bernard, Luke casted their vote to evict Matt, while Thomas voted Josh. I was even surprised that one Josh had a vote to evict, and that was Thomas. So those guys are the eviction results. So I even read it here. Ellie and Dane were blindsided. So these are also the eviction votes that happened on the episode 2 where almost Omarosa went home. I should have presented you this earlier. But I listed here, guys, So here, Josh with 1 vote, Matt 6 votes, and Thomas 3 votes. So yeah, Matt went home as the second evictee of Big Brother Australia VIP, and he was really sad and blindsided, really. So if you want to get some popcorn and you want to watch the Instagram chaos there, go check that out. But anyways, guys, that's it. I'm still pissed about Omarosa leaving. I hope that my theories are right, that she's still in the house and maybe she went on the penthouse. Like me, like what I said, Omarosa will bring the chaos, bring her back, hopefully. So as the preview we have seen in the episode 4, it's all about, I mean, I should have thought about it already that Thomas will not go home because from the teasers that we have seen that he will write a letter to his sister, and that wasn't shown this day. So I should have anticipated that, but because of the momentum watching this episode, I did not think of that. But in the next episode, he will write a letter for his sister. Everyone is annoyed about, you know, Thomas being talking about his sister all the time. You know, we, you know, for me, if I will be hearing those stuff like you're angry about your family, that's sad. There's kind of like family conflicts really, but we don't get to judge. But I hope that you lessen your time talking about them, but making your own. Maybe he can even make a really good connection with everyone because he's still on his past. He should move on from that and he should move forward by talking to other people's lives and make great connection. Maybe he will adjust hopefully and make strategic points and ideas for him to longer his game. Hopefully Thomas will do that. And also we have seen in the preview that there were posts of pictures that were posted on the basement, a large photo of their past, about their achievements, and Caitlyn was kind of like uh, crying about her picture, about like there's so much to me than this picture appears. So that could be emotional, especially to the other housemates. So I'm excited to watch that episode too. So I'm excited for the next week's episode 4, 5, and 6, and also doing the recap and thoughts as well. So yeah, that's it for the episode 3. I thank God. Thank God, guys. And how do you feel about Matt going home? And there was one of my commentators last episode recap that Roger, shout out to you. You want Matt to win, but unfortunately he went home today in this episode. That's kind of like sad. You want him like even me like Omarosa went first. Like this is this is the thing that makes me hurt because every time I root for someone in each reality shows like an Amazing Race, Big Brother, and other reality shows that I love, MasterChef, those people that I love to win will always go home, and neither of them win. And this time, my God, can you just bring back Omarosa and win? Let her win, please. I don't want Daniel anymore. Like Daniel, I mean, I hope that Daniel will go home, early because they have known already in the entire house that Daniel was part of the last season and is a great player. So I hope that they see that and wanting Daniel out, hopefully. hmm Because these people are playing the game. These people are mature and have wisdom and knowledge, and they've been to some great life experiences, and they will not be fooled by Daniel. I hope that they will fool Daniel. So yeah, that's my reaction and thoughts, guys. How do you think about it, and what are your expectations on the next week's episodes? Who are you rooting for from this point, and what do you feel about Matt's and Omarosa's eviction? Are you happy about it, and what are your thoughts about Danielle's coming back? Kindly comment down below or in the chat right now. I'm allowed to respond to you. I'll respond to you guys because this is a recorded video. So while this is premiering right now, I will be chatting there with you. So chat there because I'll be there. So guys, please do like and subscribe to this video, and please, if you are kind enough to support my channel, support my algorithm, you can support me by showing your support. Support me by showing your support on my PayPal account, paypal.me slash marhelplado. Those are linked on my description box below. So thank you in advance. And let's see you again, guys, in the next week's recap. I'm hoping to see you again there. Comment down below. Let's talk and see you again. This has been Marhel Reacts, my big brother AU VIP 2021 episode 3 recap and thoughts. And if you haven't seen my first two episode recap, you can just watch it on my channel. Like and subscribe and ring that notification bell below for some more. So you will be notified on my next upload. So yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you again. Thank you. Bye bye. Big brother. Could this be my thumbnail? Because my thumbnail from the past episodes were like, could you do like this? Three or like three. Okay, that's it. Bye, guys. Thank you for watching. Hey, hey, hey. Omarosa, please bring back Omarosa.